Exercise number 2 will be introducing the rest, or the quarter rest. And a quarter rest gets one count in 4/4 time signature. So it's just like a quarter note. It gets the same amount of counts as a quarter note. It's just silence. So a rest is just active silence, and a quarter rest is active silence for one count. So the good news is if you've completed the first exercise, this is really nothing new. All you have to do is kill the string when you see the rest. As far as the counting scheme goes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 because we're in 4/4 time signature. We're dealing with note values of quarters, which gets one count, and then we have eighth notes. And as you know, an eighth note gets half of a count. So let's go ahead and I'm going to count this out without the metronome first so you can kind of get an idea of how this works. Here are the counts up here. I want you to tap your pencil on the paper. I want you to download the paper and tap your pencil on the counts as you say the syllables. When we get to the rest, you're going to say rest. Okay, I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, rest, 3, and rest. 1, rest, 3, and rest. 1, and rest, 3, and 4. 1, and rest, 3, and 4. Rest, rest, 3, and rest. Rest, rest, 3, and rest. And you're going to do that through the rest of the exercise. Next, we're going to count this exercise out loud while tapping your pencil on the counts to the metronome at 60 beats per minute. Now, I've written in the counts for the first 2 lines of music. If you want to, you can go ahead and write in the counts above the notes. So for instance, here in measure 9, you can put count 1 here, just draw it in up here, and then count 2 here. And then when we get to here, these are eighth notes, so you'd put count 3, and then the and of 3 here, and then you'd write out count 4 above this rest on count 4. And you just do all the measures like that, and that way you can keep track of your counts as you're working with the metronome. Now this is your goal tempo, 60 beats per minute. If this is too fast, slow down the metronome to 40, then 50, and then build your speed up to 60. This is how it's going to look and sound like when you've reached your goal. I want you to tap your pencil on the counts and then vocalize the counts with your voice. When you get to the rest symbol, say the word rest. I will do these 2 lines at a time, and then I'm going to take a break, catch my breath, and then go to the next 2 lines until we finished. I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, rest, 3, and rest. 1, rest, 3, and rest. 1, and rest, 3, and 4. 1, and rest, 3, and 4. Rest, rest, 3, and rest. Rest, rest, 3, and rest. Starting on measure 9, I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. Ready, play. 1, 2, 3, and rest. 1, 2, 3, and rest. 1, and 2, and rest. 4. 1, and 2, and rest. 4. 1, and rest. Rest. 4. 1, and rest. Rest, 4. 1, 2, and rest, 4. 1, 2, and rest, 4. Beginning on measure 17, I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and rest, 4, and 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 rest, rest, 3, and rest, 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 3 and rest, rest, 2 and rest, 4 and rest, 2 and rest, 4 and. Next, I'm going to let the software play this music from start to finish, and you can use this to count along with the counting exercise, or you can play along with this, because you're not only going to hear the metronome, but you're going to hear the guitar being performed. Now, I'm going to perform this in the next video segment on the guitar, but this allows you to hear it as you see it played on the page, so it helps in your learning. I'll give a 4 count, and I'm going to let it play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. Now, before playing the exercise, I want to show you how to treat the rest on the guitar. A rest is active silence, so we have to kill the strings, and I'm using the pick to kill the strings. This does 2 things. 1, it stops the sound, but 2, it prepares you for the next down or upstroke. So on the first measure, we have a downstroke on count 1, an upstroke on count 2, and on count 3, we have the rest. So see how I'm preparing the pick? I've got the pick up against the string in preparation for count 4, which we do a downstroke. So when we count this out, it's like this. 1, 2, rest, 4. See how I did that? I used the pick not only to kill the sound, but also to prepare for that next stroke. Okay, we're going to perform this exercise on the metronome at 60 beats per minute using down and up strokes. Don't forget to alternate, and I want you to count as you're playing the exercise. When you get to a rest, say the word rest, just like you did on your counting exercises. I'll give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. 1, rest, 3 and rest. 1, rest, 3 and rest. 1 and rest, 3 and 4. 1 and rest, 3 and 4. Rest, rest, 3 and rest. Rest, rest, 3 and rest. 1, 2, 3 and rest. 1, 2, 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and rest. 4. 1 and 2 and rest. 4. 1 and rest. Rest. 4. 1 and rest. Rest. 4. 1, 2 and rest. 4. 1, 2 and rest. 4. 1, 2 and rest. 3 and 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 rest. Rest. 3 and rest. 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 3 and rest. Rest. 2 and rest, 4 and rest, 2 and rest, 4